Tim Bennett brought two of the only professional teams and stadiums here in Mississippi. The guy's obviously a visionary.
Yeah, he's a remarkable guy. When we first started talking about one ball team in Jackson, Pearl, let me get that right, it's in Pearl. I thought, that's a far-fetched possibility, but two. And then when I began in negotiations with Tim's help, when Tim began to lead the possibility of getting the stadium built here and getting another team, I began to believe it was going to happen. So when we went to the owners meeting, was able to acquire this team. It was a remarkable day. The Shuckers are, I think, one of the best teams in the league. And just so fortunate to have them here because of Tim's hard work and dedication.
Well, obviously, Tim has a vision, and it carries through. I saw what he did at Pearl when he brought the Braves there and built that facility. And when he came here and there was talk that he was trying to do it here, I never doubted him. I mean, he's a man of vision, and he makes sure that what he starts, it finishes. And you see that right now. It's because of his hard work and his vision that this stadium's here and the Shuckers are here.
Tim Bennett in Overtime Sports. He did this in Pearl, Mississippi, and made it a staple, a behemoth, over $1 billion in economic impact over the last 10 to 12 years. He's now in Biloxi.
Oh, he is, and without Tim, none of this would have happened. There's a couple other names that are important too, Barry Lyons, and we even talked about the elected officials, and George Corges, who used to be with the MGM. They all played a huge role in this, but without Tim was the cohesiveness, the thing that brought it all together, the visionary that made this happen. Tim really should be memorialized as the person that made MGM Park real.
So you know better than most the economic impact. When you look at the number of teams that have come here, stayed a whole week, they stay in the hotels, not just in Biloxi. They help this whole coastal region. They've stayed in D'Iberville, they stayed in Ocean Springs. When you look at the number of meals that they've eaten, what does this say for the amount of economic impact in just 1 week for an event like this?
Well, I think this is probably one of the bigger economic impacts for a single event that we have here on the coast. And you're right, our sister cities, Gulfport, D'Iberville, Ocean Springs, we all benefit from this. And you're right, the gas, the food, the hotel rooms, and not just those singular impacts, but when you compound them over a 5-day event where you're keeping the same people here, that multiplier effect is astonishing.